meeting to order. Dr. Deighan, pledge.
Yes, and this evening I'm going to ask Ladacia from Lawton High to lead us in the pledge.
Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Call a roll, please.
Ms. Clodfelter? Yes. Ms. Nyworth? Here. Mr. Sharon?
Here.
Dr. Bridges?
Here.
Mr. Jester?
Here.
Colonel Curtis?
Here.
Dr. Deighan, we have special guests.
Yes, under item 4, yet again, and we're not going to get tired of seeing Doc Freeman, but he's bringing another one of his students, and we're going to have Mr. Watson from the Optimist Club kick us off and introduce us. So.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Watson, President and also the Lieutenant Governor for the zone, which is considered of Duncan, Lawton, and Chickasha, and I'm very honored to have this young lady to represent us, not only for the state of Oklahoma, but also for the region, and hopefully, if she win the region, for the world. And if she win the world, that is a $15,000 to $20,000 scholarship for any college you want to go to. At this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Dubose-Porter.
Thank you. The topic for my speech was What the World Gains from Optimism. The American author Washington Irving has this to say about a mother. A mother is the truest friend we have. When adversity takes the place of prosperity, when trouble thickens around us, her kind precepts and counsels dissipate the clouds of darkness. He could have been describing my mother, an optimist if there ever was one, no matter the adversity. Through her, I have seen up close and personal what the world gains from optimism. My first lesson in optimism began on a July morning in 2007, when my mom got the phone call informing her she had lost her brother to a horrible act of hate and violence. He was robbed and murdered, and he was just 33 years old. He was taken from us so violently and suddenly that no one knew what to do. My grandma had lost a son, my mom and her siblings had lost a brother, and my cousins had lost their dad. Everyone was confused, dismayed, devastated. Why, we all asked, had it happened, and why to him? Each of us was mourning in our own way. It was then that my optimistic mom realized it would be best for everyone if we came together and celebrated our fond memories of him. So we all went over to my grandma's house, reminisced, and shared the good stories, like the time we would go over his house for a family barbecue. In no time, all of us were laughing and pushing back our dark clouds of grief. A typical triumph of my mom of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. My next lesson in optimism came a couple years later in 2009, when my grandma, the glue of our family, the rock of our family, started getting really sick. She went to the doctor and he diagnosed her with breast cancer, her third such diagnosis. When she finally lost her battle and died, I found myself wallowing in the depths of pessimism, just as I had when my uncle had died. But then, to the rescue came my mom, once again, carrying the torch of optimism and better days. She brought the family together to once again celebrate a life, rather than mourn a death. My mom told us we would get through our grief, and we did. What my family gains from optimism is the same as what the world gains from optimism, just on a larger scale. I have been reading recently about the civil war going on in Syria. The plight of the children of Aleppo really touches my heart. Victims of a conflict that started in 2011. The children have been, over the years, bombed with bunker buster bombs that even make underground schools and shelters and hospitals unsafe. One might think that the survivors of such terror would succumb to pessimism about their lives in the world. Yet, as one observer recently reported, the children don't cower in fear, don't stay inside all day. Rather yet, these brave, optimistic children come out of damaged building and play in the rubble. That's right, they play in the rubble as if it's a normal day, as if it might not be their last. Such children prompted Carol M. Stern, the president and CEO of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, to state recently that they remind us once again of how important it is to stand for hope, even in the most seemingly desperate times. All in all, the world gains renewal and hope from optimism. Optimism can make a sad situation a little easier to endure, or a stressful situation a little bit more survivable. With all that my mom went through, she never frowned or cried in front of us. She always stayed strong around us and never let us see her down. My mom holds on to her optimistic spirit in the face of any adversity. And the Syrian children won't let terror steal their optimism. I am incorporating their examples into my life, and I hope you do too. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Well, Dr. Freeman, do you have anything to add? It's a lot to follow.
No, isn't it remarkable? Does it just make you proud to be a member of Lawton Public Schools? When somebody can do something like that, it's just remarkable. It's a lot of work, she did it.
Good luck. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, now, Ladesha, that is something that you wrote that, right? And our last speakers, they were reciting poetry, which is incredibly difficult to memorize, but now she has written it in. And so thank you for coming today. It was very impressive, and I hope to hear from you as the world champion. Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you would like, you can stay or you may go. Nobody ever stays. I don't know what it is. Thank you, Mr. Watson.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watson.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Departmental reports?
For item 5 and 5A, we have just the written departmental reports, just updates from the departments. If the board doesn't have any questions, we don't have any presentations from departments this week or this board meeting.
Nope. All
right. And I will go ahead and go on to item 6, which is the report of the superintendent. Item A, and I just gave Denise the copy right before the board meeting, so we didn't get a chance to run the copy. But we are, twice a year, we have a bond oversight committee meeting in April and November. I asked the committee in April if they could delay it till May because the board has been discussing some of these issues about the leftover bond, and so I explained to them that we'd have better information. Today we had our meeting at 3 o'clock, and in attendance this time was Mr. Todd Bridges, Arlene Cudd with Peel, Willie Guest, David Hale, Scott Hatch, Brian Henry, Hossein Moini, Patty Nyworth, Ed Peterson, Michael Savender, Willie Smith, and Charles Whitlow. And I have to say, that's been a very faithful crew. They have been very, very consistent. We kind of reviewed, in our agenda, we reviewed all of the things that, what we do in our meetings, every time we review everything that we spent between the last one and this one. So from November now, we've reviewed everything that we had spent, and really we hadn't spent much because we've kind of been planning for the last 6 months. And then we also talk about the future expenditures that the board has been discussing, everything from catching up, everything from getting the bids out on the 3 roofs, Lawton High, Tomlinson Middle School, and Carriage Hills, which again is something that's in our agenda right now, so we're moving forward pretty quickly on that. You know, what are the other projects? Lawton High windows, MacArthur windows, those sorts of things. Their report at the end of the day is a very simple report. They're either approved that the board and the district is following not only what was written in ballot, but was also communicated by the district. We review all those items every board meeting, every committee meeting, and they, once again, this is our 7th meeting, and again, the committee gave us their full support. So what we're going to do over the next 6 months is the committee is going to kind of try to figure out how to keep the committee where people don't feel like they have to commit for the rest of their lives, but try to figure if people want to serve 3-year, 5-year terms. Every year we change chair, every 2 years we change chair, co-chairs, but I'm very pleased to say that the committee was happy with how the district is spending. We're on the right direction, the board is on the right track. They had a lot of questions, and they were very excited. We spent most of our time talking about the textbooks and math resources and the opportunities that's going to present to our teachers. And so if you have any questions over the report, like I said, I didn't get the report till right before the board meeting. It's not her fault. My fault 100%, but again, we got a very, the committee is very pleased. So.
And they all re-upped.
Yes, they all want to be on the committee again.
So they're liking it, or they wouldn't do that.
Yes, so it's very helpful. But any questions you might have for me about the committee report?
No, you go to pretty much every meeting.
I wanted to update myself, being the new man on the team. I wanted to get it firsthand, and it was very interesting, great feedback.
Good.
I'm here, I'm gonna pass that down, that's my copy. I didn't get you here, but you may pass that down, they had one question, they're looking at the percentage of students if we went to a 1-to-1 in the secondary, as they're looking at, what does the financial impact to the 20% of students that may not have a device? And so that impact is something, we're gonna get that information to them.
Now that Mr. Bridges, Dr. Bridges, yes.
Yep, Dr. Bridges asked that question, the other Dr. Bridges. So, but that's, I'll let you have a chance to look at that, see if you have any questions. But again, I have to ask to pass the copy back down for my records. All my best laid plans before.
He didn't pass it on.
One.
You were following instructions too
Just
closely.
proof that they're in support. I wanted to make sure everybody saw it. Any questions over the Bond Oversight Committee meeting? Okay. We'll meet again in November. We already have the date and the time set, and that'll be the next meeting. And then under superintendent's announcements, the big one I will save till the end, 2 big ones, but first I have a couple little good news to share from the communication department. Nadine Hannafield, who teaches special education in Eisenhower Middle Schools, has been nominated for the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. The award is the highest recognition that a kindergarten through 12th grade teacher, mathematics teacher, may receive for outstanding teaching in the United States. Wow. Let that sink in. That's a very big deal. Lawton High School received the bronze medal for the 2nd year in a row, ranking 18th best school in the state of Oklahoma by U.S. News and World Report. And Dr. Loach stepped out before we got to talk about that, but a lot of people have been very proud of Lawton High, their staff. I got to meet with them the other day. They're ecstatic. Central Middle School is ecstatic because they gave them all their good students. So everybody's sharing in that celebration. 2 other things that I have. One is just a reminder that Thursday night at 6:30, there'll be the 2nd annual visit of the Yellow Rose Theater. This is the Lawton Public Schools Foundation fundraiser, and so if anybody needs tickets, we can connect you to the right people. I don't sell them, but I know who does. But that is, last year it was a lot of fun, so I look forward to this one as well. And then finally is just the graduation dates and announcements, and Lawton Highs will be Thursday, May 18th at 7 o'clock. And if everybody doesn't, some people that don't remember, we rotate every year, so not everybody, we do 2 on Thursday and 1 on Friday, or backwards.
Backwards.
Yes.
1 Thursday, 2.
So see, I'm still learning. But Lawton High will be Thursday at May 18th at 7, and then the 2 that will be sharing Friday will be Eisenhower, which will do the early graduation at 1 o'clock p.m. on Friday, May 19th, and then MacArthur High School will do the 7 o'clock at Friday, May 19th. They had their graduation meeting this morning, and they've got everything planned. So if any board members haven't given Denise an idea of how many tickets, or if you're attending, please try to touch base with them.
Today, so I'm in the process of getting through.
So, but that's all I have for my report. Any questions?
What time do we need to be there, and where do we need to go? Since it's the first time, I didn't get to be there last year. Okay, thank you.
Consent agenda? Do you need anything removed? Okay, perfect. Okay, that's good. No one needs anything removed.
Move for approval.
Second.
Come on, computer.
Okay.
Okay,
Are you ready?
Patty moves and get seconds. She can do it the old-fashioned way. Here we go.
Oh. I didn't see. Okay. Patty made the motion. Second.
Kent?
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Mr. Sharam?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
We do not need executive session.
No, I don't, unless any of the board members wish to
Anyone?
do so.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
So for item
8A.
number 12, Superintendent's personnel report, make sure I'm on the right one. Superintendent personnel report, I'm on the right one. Approval of certified and supported personnel reports, item A.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit out of order myself.
Well, 7 goes on forever.
Do we have a
Wait a minute,
motion?
catch up here. Okay, I'm good.
8A.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Mr. Sharam?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
I'm still learning the new
I know.
digital format.
We all
I-
are.
I switch back and forth between several on my screen, so.
Now it's time for your,
12A, we've done 12, we need to do 12A?
I thought we just
We
did
just
12A.
did.
Oh, we did them both?
both together.
Okay.
Is that what you have, Kathy? We just did the personnel report? Okay, on
Yeah.
14, good.
Yeah, I got all
Yeah,
that.
unless there's any new business.
I have no new business, item 13.
Okay. The next regular board meeting is set for May 16th, unless anyone needs anything sooner? No? Okay. Any board announcements?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I just want to encourage everyone to attend, if you can, on Thursday night for the LPSF fundraiser. They do a great job for us and help us fill in where we don't have funding. And besides that, it was a lot of fun too. So it starts at 6:30. I can get you tickets. I'm sure anyone can get you tickets if you want them, but I just want to encourage everyone to be there and support that because they support us a lot. Kent?
Call you.
You can call me. Mhm.
Or Lisa.
Yeah, or Lisa.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, wait a minute, he had some, did you say you had a big announcement, you were waiting to the end?
Oh, it was that in the graduation. No, that was
waiting on
part of my report. Wow.
You weren't very impressed.
Graduation is always the big announcement. I'm sorry, I did a poor job of closing that. I didn't land the plane very well, did I?
I second you, Keith.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Yes. Ms. Nyworth? Yes. Mr. Sharam?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
That's the shortest meeting in a long time.
It is. Yep. We're going to try to keep both of them in May relatively short. There's so much going on.